When you were our age, what is something you wish someone would have told you?
Man, G, that's a
That's
great
a good question, man.
Good question.
I wish when I was my age, I had somebody like me. I really do. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I spend so much time with you guys. Because when it was my age, I didn't have a coach who taught me details on skills. I had some good coaches, right? But back then when I was growing up, what I do now, it wasn't part of basketball. So I wish I had a me when I was your age. If I had a me when I was your age, it'd be over for a lot of players because I'm so focused on paying attention to details. So for me going back, I just wish I had somebody that could give me more details about how to become a better basketball player.
That's a great question, D.
That is a great question. Never had that one before.
I got two questions.
What's your name?
Christian.
Christian.
One, like, what's the difference when you train a player like Kobe, like one of the greatest of all time, than just some other NBA players?
I trained Kobe the same way I train you guys.
So, like, his mentality and habits, like, while he was practicing, what's the difference?
Now, his mentality was different. But the way I coach, the way I train you guys these last couple of days is exactly the same stuff that I do with Bron and all of our. I don't change the way I train. My foundation is the same. Right? I teach from a point of footwork and balance. Now, Kobe, his mentality was perfection. I want to perfect what I'm doing. So there would be some time where Kobe would come in the gym and he would stay in the same spot for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. How many different things did we do in the last couple hours? We did quite a few different things, right? You know how hard it is to stay in one spot for 45 minutes and do the same drill over and over and over and over again and be in a full sweat? It was a workout. Even though he didn't move from that spot, everything he did was at game pace. And his whole thought process was, I want to perfect this move. It doesn't matter how many defenders are on me. When I get to this spot on the floor, it's money. That was his mentality. That's totally different, right? That's a different mindset. When he worked, he was all about trying to maximize every part of his work. He didn't waste time. He didn't waste time, he didn't waste energy, and he didn't waste his effort. Everything was full tilt with him.
And also, like, what is the most, like, how you say, valuable skill that's underrated, whether it could be like rebounding or one-dribble pull-ups or anything? Like, what's the most valuable you can see in a player?
I'll say this, I wouldn't say a skill, but the most valuable thing that I value in players is your work ethic. How hard are you gonna play, right? Because you can be a Draymond Green. Draymond's not the most skilled, right? He's not a great shooter, not a supremely great ball handler, right? He doesn't really do a lot of things great, but what he does is he will outcompete everybody. He knows his role, right? You want to understand how to be great, know your role. Understand what your role is on your team and then be great at it. That's why Draymond is who he is. Is he super skilled? No. But he competes and he outplays everybody. And then he understands what his role is. So understanding, hey man, I'm gonna attack the rim, make this pass. He does everything at a high level in terms of his work ethic. So for me, more than any skill that you can have, I want players that are gonna work hard. Because if you're gonna work hard, then I can teach you, right? I can teach you the other elements. Let me get somebody else before I get back to you. Yes, sir, what's your name?
Nate.
Nick.
How do you work on your leadership?
How do you work on your leadership? It's a great question, man. I think a lot of leadership comes from how do you work? You can't be a leader if you don't work hard, right? That's the biggest thing. So if you're somebody that wants to talk, but you don't want to work, are your teammates gonna respect that? No, they respect what? Kawhi Leonard, super quiet, but he's a great leader because he sets the standard in how he works every day. He works every day, and then when he gets on the floor, he competes. So you don't always have to be vocal as a leader. A lot of times, right, let people follow the example that you set. So if you want to be a great leader, start with your work ethic first. You have to be one of the hardest workers, if not the hardest worker on your team. It's not good enough just to be the best player. Be the hardest worker. Then your teammates will follow you, right? They follow that example. Because if your work ethic is up here, then your teammates are looking at that saying, okay, I have to match his energy. That's being a great leader too. Great question. Anybody else? No questions? No questions? You guys got it all. No questions, no fellas? None? All right, we go. One more each.
What do you have to do to last on this for a long time?
What do you have to do to last in the NBA for a long time?
Like the real stuff.
Be able to understand your role, right? There's different layers of NBA players. There's the LeBrons of the world, the KDs of the world, the Stephs, and then there's what? Then there's those role players, right? That have a role. What's your role? Are you a defender? Are you a rebounder? Are you a point guard? Are you a three-point shooter? Right? Whatever your role is on the team, figure it out and be great at it. That's how you stay in the NBA, right? And then understanding the team concept, right? How to be a great teammate, how to be a professional. Right? One of the things that we care about now, are you on time? When you come in, how's your body language, right? Are you a cancer to the team? You know what that means? Right? Come in with a bad attitude, you're complaining about playing time, you're complaining about the shots you don't get, whatever. Whatever it is that distracts the team, we don't want it. I don't care how good you are. If you're gonna be a distraction to the team, we'd rather send you away. Right? So understand your role, understand how to be a professional. Right? There's always three things for me: your work ethic, your discipline, and then being accountable for yourself. Those three things. Be extremely hard with your work ethic. Be disciplined and be accountable for your own self. Right?
I guess that's it, fellas.
I'll go one more. These last
okay,
two
you
coaches
good?
are good. Last two.
So, what are some things that we could take from LeBron's IQ?
You guys ever watch LeBron's Instagram? Okay. Sometimes you will see LeBron is at home. In his room, one of his little mini rooms, he has 9 TVs. There will be 9 different basketball games going on. He watches basketball. He watches the game. He studies the game. This is why he's so smart. He doesn't just go play. He studies his opponents. He studies what they do offensively, what they do defensively. He studies how they're going to defend him. He studies our plays. He studies every part of the game, so before he steps to the court, he's already mentally prepared. Right? He really watches a lot of basketball, and not just from a point of view of just watching. He watches defense. How are they guarding? Hey, okay, let me see how they guard Devin Booker tonight. He'll watch stuff like that. All right, let me see how they guard CP. Okay, I want to see how they gonna double team Kevin Durant. Okay, he watches all that stuff, so he can understand how to have a point of attack when teams play him. Right, so his basketball IQ comes from just watching a lot of basketball. Right, so when you guys watch basketball, I want you guys to try to figure 2 things out. You watch a game, right? See if you can figure out what kind of defense they're running. Right? See if you can figure out, okay, are they trapping pick and roll? Are they going to drop? Are they double teaming the post? I want you guys to watch and see if you can figure out what defensive schemes teams are running. Right? Study from that point. Then you're going to start to see different things. And then see if you can figure out what kind of offense the team is running. Are they running a motion? Are they running drive and kick? Are they running 5 out? Are they running 4 out, 1 in? See if you can just pick out some basic things. That's going to change the way you watch basketball, right? Last one.
How do you really work on your body language?
How do you work on your body language? That's a good one. So, basketball is not going to always be what you want it to be, right? You may not play as much as you want to play. You may not have as many shots as you want, and you may not have the role that you necessarily want, right? You may not always go those 3 things. How do you handle that? You get subbed out of the game, right? How do you handle being subbed out? Do you drop your head, right? Do you sulk? Do you say, man, coach, why are you taking me out? Because that's not being disrespectful to the coach. You know what's being disrespectful to? To your teammate, right? Your teammate subs in for you, and he go to dap you up, and you're like, man, what is that? You see what I'm saying? That little thing right there. So how do you fix your body language, right? Be in a place of just understanding that it's not always about you. It's about the team. So how can you give to the team, right? Whatever it means. You might not play one game, but how can you support your teammates? right? That's a hard thing. You don't play, you're sitting on the bench, and you feel like you should play. The first thing you want to do is what? Man, coach tripping. Coach is tripping. You're not even really paying attention to the game. All you're worried about is what? Yourself. So get outside of yourself and say, whatever it takes for the team. That's the hardest thing. What does it take for the team to win? And give yourself to the team. That's how you can fix your body language. You guys have some great questions, man.
For sure.
Great questions.
For sure.
What we got, Coach?
So, just to you answered what I was going to ask you about these guys, because I guarantee you a lot of you guys don't watch college basketball and really pay attention to it. What would you see? Because I think you guys probably watch a lot of NBA, right? There's two style of games that they're totally different rules.
Sure.
What I mean, you already said it, you guys need to be students of the game. You talk about it all the time, right? Yes, Apollo.
I mean, I watch college basketball a little more because they kind of focus on like you can really kind of see the fundamentals
Yes, sir.
in their game. You can see how like, they're moving around on the court. You can like it's kind of easier to like see like what they're running.
Absolutely. So, you guys obviously want to grow. You want to learn, right? Coach, what app do you have that you provide to kids? Do you have anything going on that they can take advantage of?
The 94 feet game now.
If you guys got that, your phones, put in your notes. That's exactly how you get better. You guys are asking all the questions. A lot of the answers are probably in there, right?
So the app is available on Google. It's available on Apple Play. It's available on everything. 94 feet of game app. All the stuff you guys saw us do the last couple days, it's that and more. There's probably 2,000 drills on my app. I teach them all. Okay, from ball handling to shooting to passing to defense to pick and rolls to footwork, finishing, anything you can think of. It's on the app to kind of help you guys continue to improve the game. Right? It's a great resource for you guys to improve. And Coach, you can share that.
Absolutely.
You can share that with the rest of the kids too.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna check you guys' phones next time I see you guys. If you don't have that app, you guys are just wolfing in here. All right, so we're gonna get shirts on you.